Let me tell you something that might unsettle you a little. Women are watching you, not when you're trying to impress them. That part's obvious. They're watching in the moments you think don't count, the small, unscripted seconds where you're not performing anything. And here's what most men never realize. Those are the moments that determine everything. I've done this my entire life. Every woman I know does it. We're gathering information you don't even know you're giving away. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly what we're looking for and why most men fail the test without ever knowing they took it. 1. How you treat the person who can't do anything for you. You're at a restaurant with her. The waiter brings the wrong drink. Or maybe you're checking into a hotel and the clerk is slow, fumbling with the system. She's not watching how you handle her in this moment. She's watching how you handle them. The person who holds no power over your night, your mood, your future. Most men don't realize this is a character X-ray. You think you're being patient with her, charming with her, but your tone with the valet, the barista, the person holding the door, that's the version of you she's filing away, because she knows something you might not. The way you treat people who can't do anything for you is the way you'll eventually treat her once the chase is over. 2. The way you handle being wrong in front of other people. Picture this. You're out with her and a few friends. You say something with confidence, maybe a fact, maybe an opinion, and someone corrects you. Not rudely, just accurately. The next 3 seconds reveal more about you than the entire evening of conversation. Do you double down? Deflect with a joke that's actually defensive? Get quiet in a way that poisons the mood? Or do you pause, nod, maybe even laugh at yourself and say, I was totally wrong about that. She's not expecting you to be right about everything. What she's looking for is whether your ego can survive being publicly wrong without cracking. Because relationships are full of moments where one person has to say, I was wrong, and she needs to know you can do that without making her feel like she's walking on glass. Most men think being wrong makes them look weak. The opposite is true. Handling it with grace makes her feel safe in ways she might not even be able to articulate. And that safety, that's the foundation of everything she's hoping to build. 3. What you do with your hands when you're listening to someone else talk. She's telling you something. Maybe it's her friend across the table. Maybe it's a story about her week. And your hands, you're not even thinking about them. But she is. Are they still, resting on the table, or loosely in your lap? Or are they fidgeting, tapping, reaching for your glass every few seconds like you're waiting for your turn? Most men don't realize that stillness is a signal. When your body is calm while someone else speaks, it communicates something words never could. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not waiting for this to be over. I'm here. It sounds small. It's not. Women are constantly reading microsignals for presence, and hands that can't stay still tell her your attention is already halfway out the door, even if your eyes are still pointed in her direction. If you're realizing women have been watching you in moments you never even considered, drop "seen" in the comments so I know who's connecting the dots. 4. How long you wait before checking your phone after she says something vulnerable. She just told you something real. Maybe it was hard to say. Maybe she watched your face the whole time she said it, looking for a reaction. And then, this is the part most men miss. The moment after she finishes is the moment that counts. Not what you say, what you do. Does your hand drift toward your pocket? Do your eyes flick to the screen, even for a second? Or do you stay with her? Let the silence sit? Most men rush to respond, thinking words are what she needs. But often, what she actually needs is for you to not move, to prove, through stillness, that what she said landed somewhere, that you're not already half checked out. This one tiny behavior, the phone reach after vulnerability, tells her whether you're someone she can keep opening up to, or whether she should start protecting herself. 5. The tone you use when you're tired and someone needs something from you. You've had a long day, you're drained, and then someone asks you for something. Maybe it's her, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a stranger who needs directions. What comes out of your mouth next isn't really about them, it's about you. She's listening to your tone, not your words. Is there an edge? A heaviness that makes the other person feel like a burden? Or do you manage, even while exhausted, to keep the sharpness out of your voice? This is one of the most revealing tests of character, and most men don't even know they're being evaluated. Because here's what she's really asking herself. When life gets hard, when we're both tired, when the stress piles up, is he going to make me feel like I'm too much? Your tone when you're depleted is a preview of the long-term relationship. She's watching to see if she'll feel safe needing you when things aren't easy. 6. Whether you remember the small things she mentioned once and never repeated. 3 weeks ago, she mentioned something in passing. Her favorite comfort food when she's anxious. The movie she watched with her grandmother as a kid. The name of the coworker who's been making her life difficult. She said it once, quickly, didn't emphasize it, and now you're in a moment where that detail would matter, and she's watching to see if it stuck. Most men hear these things and let them dissolve. They weren't paying attention. They didn't realize these small details were seeds she was planting, tests she was quietly running. Because when you remember the thing she only mentioned once, something shifts in her. She thinks, he was actually listening. Not performing listening, actually absorbing. That single moment of recall can do more for attraction than any compliment ever could. 7. How you respond when plans fall through and it wasn't your fault. You had dinner reservations, they lost your booking, or the event got canceled, or her friend bailed and now the whole evening needs to pivot. None of it was your fault. You did everything right, and that's exactly why this moment matters. She's not watching whether you fix it. She's watching what your energy becomes when things go sideways through no fault of your own. Do you get tight? Frustrated? Start looking for someone to blame even if there's no one? Or do you breathe, shrug, and say, all right, let's figure something else out? Most men think composure only matters in conflict. But composure in inconvenience, that's what she's really looking for. Because life is full of things that aren't anyone's fault, but still feel terrible. And she needs to know you won't make those moments worse. 8. What your face does when you think no one is looking at you. You're waiting for her to come back from the bathroom, or standing alone at the bar while she chats with a friend, or sitting in the car while she runs inside. She glances over. You don't know she's looking. And your face, your unperformed, unguarded face, tells her things you'd never say out loud. Is there tension in your jaw? A heaviness in your expression? Or is there calm? Maybe even a slight softness. Women are experts at reading the face you wear when you think you're off camera. And what she's looking for isn't happiness, exactly. It's peace. Evidence that you're not carrying something dark beneath the surface. That when she's not actively managing your emotional state, you're still okay. This is one of the quietest tests she runs, and you'll never know she's doing it. 9. The way you talk about people who hurt you in the past. Eventually the topic comes up. An example. A friend who betrayed you. A family member who let you down. And she's listening. Not just to the story, but to the way you tell it. Is there venom? Bitterness that's still sharp even though the wound should have healed? Or have you processed it? Can you talk about what happened without making her feel like you're still fighting a war she can't see? This isn't about pretending the past didn't hurt you. It's about demonstrating that you've done the work, that you can hold painful memories without letting them control how you show up today. Because here's what she's really wondering. If things ever went wrong between us, how would he talk about me later? Your answer is already written in how you speak about the people who came before. 10. How you act when you're running late and it's stressing you out. Traffic is worse than expected. You misread the time. Something came up and now you're behind. The stress is climbing. And this is where most men don't realize they're being evaluated, in the small behaviors that leak out when time pressure hits. Are you snapping at small things? Driving aggressively? Checking the clock every 30 seconds with visible agitation? Or are you stressed but contained? Acknowledging it without letting it spill onto everyone around you? She's watching because she knows this. Life is full of running late, full of time pressure and things that don't go as planned. And she needs to know that when you're stressed, you don't become someone she has to manage. That your worst moments still feel safe to be around. Because if she can't trust you in small stress, she'll never trust you in big stress. And she'll make that decision long before you ever realize the test was happening. 11. Whether you let silence exist without rushing to fill it, you're sitting together, maybe in the car, maybe on the couch after a long day. The conversation fades and there's a pause. Not awkward, just quiet. And in that moment, she's watching what you do. Do you immediately reach for something? Your phone, a joke, a random observation just to break the stillness? Or can you let it breathe? Most men treat silence like a problem to solve. They feel the gap and panic, assuming she's bored or that they're failing somehow. But here's what she's actually thinking when you let silence exist. He's comfortable. He doesn't need constant stimulation. He can just be with me without performing. That ability to sit in quietness without flinching tells her you're secure. And security is one of the most attractive things a man can carry, even when he's saying nothing at all. 12. How you handle being interrupted mid-sentence. You're in the middle of saying something. Maybe it's a story. Maybe it's a point you're making. And someone cuts in, talks over you, redirects the conversation. Maybe doesn't even realize they did it. What happens in your face? Your posture? Your energy for the rest of the interaction? Most men either shut down or push back with visible irritation. Both responses tell her the same thing. His ego bruises easily. But the man who gets interrupted and simply waits, who lets it go without the temperature in the room shifting, that man is communicating something powerful. He's saying, I don't need to dominate every conversation. I'm not keeping score. My value doesn't depend on being heard every single time. She notices this, and she files it away under, safe to be around. 13. The way you react when she beats you at something. Maybe it's a game. Maybe it's a debate. Maybe she knows more about a topic than you do, and it becomes obvious. Whatever the arena, she just won. And now she's watching you closer than she has all night. Does your energy shift? Is there a flicker of something in your jaw? A need to minimize what just happened or pivot to something you're better at? Or can you genuinely celebrate her win without making it about you? Most men don't realize how much is riding on this moment. Because what she's really asking is, can he handle me being impressive? Or does my success make him smaller? The man who can lose to her and still look at her like she's the most interesting person in the room, that man just passed a test most others fail without knowing it existed. 14. What you do when a service worker makes a mistake with your order. Your food comes out wrong, or the coffee isn't what you asked for, or there's an error on the bill. Small stuff, fixable stuff. And yet, this is one of the moments she's been quietly waiting for all along. Because how you respond to a stranger's honest mistake tells her exactly who you'll become when she makes one. Is there impatience in your voice? Do you need to make sure they know they messed up? Or do you handle it with ease? Correct the issue without making the person feel small. She's not looking for you to be a pushover. She's looking for evidence that you can hold power without wielding it cruelly, that you can be inconvenienced without becoming someone she wouldn't want to be seen with. 15. How your energy shifts when you walk into a room of strangers. You're entering somewhere new together. A party, an event, a gathering where you don't know most of the people. And in the seconds between the door and the first conversation, she's reading you. Does your posture change? Does something tighten? Do you suddenly need her closer? Or do you scan the room like you're already strategizing your escape? Or do you walk in with quiet steadiness? Not arrogant, not anxious, just grounded? Most men don't realize how much information they broadcast in those first few steps. She's watching to see if unfamiliar territory makes you smaller, because if a room full of strangers shakes your center, she'll wonder what else might. And if you can hold your ground without performing confidence, that tells her you're someone she can bring anywhere. If you haven't clicked away yet, you're clearly getting value. Lock that in with a quick like. And if you want this kind of breakdown on a regular basis, subscribe and switch the bell on so you're always in the loop. 16. The way you speak about your mother when she isn't there. This one comes up eventually. Maybe she asks about your family. Maybe a memory surfaces naturally. And suddenly you're talking about your mother, and she's listening to every word you choose. Is there warmth? Even if the relationship is complicated, is there evidence that you've made peace with it? Or is there an edge, resentment that's never been examined, criticism that sounds like it was never unpacked? She's not expecting perfection. Families are messy. But she's watching for emotional maturity, for signs that you've done the work of understanding where you came from instead of carrying unprocessed weight into every relationship that follows. Because here's what she's really wondering. How he speaks about the first woman in his life tells me how he'll eventually speak about me. 17. Whether you notice when someone at the table has gone quiet, you're out with a group, the conversation is flowing, and somewhere along the way, someone at the table stops talking. Maybe they got interrupted. Maybe something shifted in them. Maybe they're just having a hard night. Most people don't notice. They're too focused on their own contributions, their own moment in the spotlight. But she's watching to see if you're the kind of man who catches it, who glances over, maybe asks a quiet question, maybe just makes space. This isn't about being performatively caring. It's about genuine awareness, the ability to track emotional undercurrents while everyone else is only tracking the obvious. Because if you can notice when a near stranger goes quiet, she knows you'll notice when she does. And that awareness, that's the thing she can't teach you. You either have it or you don't. 18. How you respond when she shares something she's embarrassed about. She tells you something she didn't have to. Maybe it's a mistake she made years ago. A fear that sounds irrational. Something about her body or her past or the way her brain works that she's never told anyone. And she watches your face the entire time she says it. Does something shift? Is there judgment? Even subtle? Even unintentional? A flicker of surprise that makes her wish she hadn't said anything? Or do you stay soft? Do your eyes hold steady? Does your response make her feel like what she shared was safe with you? This is the moment where trust is either built or broken. Most men don't realize that her embarrassment is a gift. She's handing you something fragile and watching to see if you'll drop it. How you receive it tells her everything about whether she'll ever risk being that honest again. 19. What you do in the seconds after she finishes telling you something important. She's just said something that mattered. Maybe she's been building up to it all night. Maybe it came out faster than she expected. Either way, she's done talking now. And the pause that follows is the most important part. Most men rush in. They offer solutions. They redirect to their own experience. They fill the space because silence after something heavy feels unbearable. But the man who waits, who lets her words hang in the air like they deserve to be there, that man is telling her something no words ever could. He's saying, I'm not trying to fix you. I'm not racing past this moment to get to the next one. What you just said is sitting with me, and I'm not going to pretend it isn't. That pause, those 2 or 3 seconds of stillness, can be the thing she remembers about you long after she's forgotten everything else. 20. The way you leave a room when you're upset but trying not to show it. Something happened. Maybe you're frustrated with her. Maybe it's something else entirely. Either way, you're not okay, but you're trying to hold it together. And now, you're leaving the room. Maybe to cool off. Maybe because you need space. She's watching how you go. Is there a sharpness to how you move? A door that closes just slightly too hard? An energy that fills the room even as you exit it? Or do you manage, even in that difficult moment, to leave without leaving wreckage? This is one of the most advanced emotional tests she'll ever run on you. Because what she's really asking is, when things are hard between us, will he make it harder? Or can he feel something fully without making me feel unsafe? The man who can be upset and still leave a room gently, that man has done work on himself most people never do. And she knows it. She can feel it. And she won't forget it. Now that you understand what women are actually watching for, something interesting usually happens. You start noticing her more clearly too. The small things she does. The moments that feel slightly different, but you can't quite explain why. And that's where most men get stuck, because women don't signal interest the way men expect them to. It's quieter, more layered, easy to miss if you don't know what you're looking at. The next video breaks down exactly what those signals look like. The subtle flirting signs that most men completely overlook, even when she's been sending them the whole time. Because once you can read what she's watching for in you, the next step is learning to read what she's already showing you.